Okay, on this week's episode of Haterville, we're gonna go pick some flowers because it is almost Valentine's Day and bitches love flowers. So let's go pick some flowers. You can only pick flowers on hard mode because it's harder to get flowers in hard mode than it is in easy mode because easy flowers only give you easy ladies. So let's begin. Right. So, now I'm in Nucleus of Time, where the largest flowers are. You can see these flowers are being heavily guarded by dead people. So our mission is to kill as many dead people as we can while plucking as many flowers. Now the flowers, they want to be plucked, so they will grow under your feet in order to be plucked. To pluck a flower, continuously use the spinny attack so that you may get them. If they wilt like this one did, then you don't want it. You just want to bury it. But see, it grew under my feet because it wanted to be plucked. That one wilted too. We don't want that flower. To improve your progress, summon a looting pet that has demon eyes because I believe that this looting pet came straight from hell. Oh, look at his little face. After you have picked as many flowers as you want, you may proceed on to the next place, where you will find even more dead people and even more flowers. Depending on how much game you want to mac, you may need one or many flowers. So we'll proceed on killing the dead people by doing the spinny attack multiple times. Link would be proud of me for how many times I used the spinny attack in this video. Alright, now that I have gathered many flowers and my little demon pet thing is following me, we will now proceed on to the next part of this place where there is more dead people and yes, even more flowers. Since I currently have 47 wives in this game, I need a lot of flowers. So I'm going to continue by using the spinny attack to get maximum flower power. Now here, we're going to find dead people that appear to be sleeping, but they will wake up when you go to bother them. They do not like being bothered, so you will greet them with yet another spinning attack. Now you see petrified people. They've been around the cement mixer a little bit too long. You will also greet them with a spinny attack. After you spin multiple times, you'll find that they just want to go to sleep again, so we will proceed to steal their items, and yet take another flower, because we like flowers. So now that we have multiple flowers to hand to our wives, we don't really need the flowers anymore, so we are going to proceed to beat up our wife's ex-boyfriend, who just so happens to be over there, standing by the door. To proceed into doing this, you must summon your fastest dragon, like so, and then walk into the bathroom backwards, because that's a good idea. And after you turn around, you run away, so he misses you, and then proceed to kick his ass. While kicking his ass, it's important to note that there is a lot of dead people that appear to like following him, and it's always a good idea to kill the dead people as well. Now, as you proceed to kick his ass, you may note that his sword looks like a pair of scissors, which he uses to cut flowers. So, he was definitely a threat to you in your game, for he was collecting flowers as well. Onward, we find a lot of petrified people. These people are people who were too lazy to capture flowers, and they have lonely, heartless lives. Hence, now they're stoned, because they picked the wrong flower. So, we greet them with a spinny attack. Because spinny attacks are very, very good to greet people with. I'm gonna set my dragon to follow so it doesn't aggro on too many stupid things. And my backpack is full. So, this would be a great way to show you that when you pick too many flowers, your backpack may become a little heavy. So what you need to do is you need to get rid of the bad flowers. And to do that, you must rip their leaves off and dispose of them properly. For if you don't rip their leaves off, they may grow again, and somebody may pick them and realize, hey, this is a bad flower, and it would waste their day. So, we will continue to dispose of the bad flowers. Two pages of bad flower. You do not want bad flowers, because if you give somebody bad flower, you must really not like them. So after taking the petals off these bad flowers, we will proceed to go face the giant flower, in which we will sacrifice his body and create even more flowers, in which we will give to our game. And here we will find that there are many, many broken-hearted people in this world right here. They're all broken-hearted. So what you want to do is you want to greet them with a spinny attack. Because by giving them a spinny attack, you try to converse to them that you care about them, and that they should stop attacking you and just go to bed because there is nothing wrong with this picture. Then summon your demon looting pet out so that it may pick up the stuff from the people who are sleeping. It has no eyes. It has no eyes. It came from hell. At any rate, we want to continue on, and we will find a lot of dead people and a mini boss flower. So we will proceed to kill the mini boss flower by greeting him with a spinning attack, and then continuing on with our lives, ignoring all of the heartless people because they're heartless and we don't care about them because they don't pick flowers. So now we will continue on to find a giant flower. He's all like, I am a giant flower, I am going to kill you, which in some cases he might actually proceed in killing you because his poison sucks. At any rate, while fighting the giant flower, it's important to realize that he has 3 spots where you can hit him. You can hit him in the face, which normally doesn't get you anywhere, and you can hit him in both of his arms. So we have to dispose of this bad flower by ripping its leaves off. So I'm going to attack its arm, which is also its leaf. Now, if you cut the root, it is important to note that the flower might get pissed off and start chasing you, like I just did. So I cut the root, and now it's following me, and I believe it to be a threat, so I am going to get some Weed X, and I'm going to pour it all over him, because he is a bad flower. And now I'm going to set him on fire. So I set the flower on fire. And he dies, like, instantly. He just dies. He dies. He was speaking to me, saying that he was going to put splinters into my flesh. If that just happens to be the case with you, he did not put splinters into my flesh. If you get splinters in your flesh, it is a great idea to get a pair of tweezers, because tweezers are good for that. So we continue on, and we find a giant rock. This rock means really nothing to you, so just kill it in the face with by greeting it with a spinny attack, or maybe a swirly attack like that. Just enough to, you know, kill it in the face. And here we find even more heartless people. And there's a dragon tournament. So we will continue on and possibly find more flowers, which at this point we really don't need any more flowers. We have enough to pretty much max all the game we want. So we're just going to weed eat these flowers. So get your weed whacker out and start it up so it starts spinning at a very fast rate. If your weed whacker fails to start, just kind of hit it a few times with like a butcher knife, and it will cut the flower down eventually. Right. So, now we continue on, not giving a crap about what's left behind us, and we find sleeping people. They're really tired, so if you walk into this area and you make a lot of sound, they'll start following you very aggressively, till eventually you have to greet them with yet another spinny attack. So, we switch to a spinny attack, and they all die. A horrible, painful death. And then we just kind of get rid of the leftovers. You just kind of whack them in the head until they stop moving. Okay, so it appears that my looting pet from hell decided to disappear, so I'm gonna unsummon it and resummon it from hell again, and it ran away. So obviously the looting pet doesn't like its job, and he decided to just go. Which, that's okay. That's okay, I don't need him anymore. So now, we find a giant rock. Now, it's very important that you do not try to lift this rock, because you might get a hernia. So what you want to do is you want to mount your dragon, and then get smacked in the face with this rock. And then unmount your dragon, then just kind of greet it with a spinny attack until, like, it dies. Then stop. Then kind of teabag it a little bit, and he'll be like, oh, I broke my hand. You want to mount your dragon and then greet it with another spinny attack. Be careful though, because there's a lot of rock dust in the air, and you don't want to, like, lose a lung or something. So what you want to do is you want to attack slowly. Very slowly. Because once you get 100 particles of dust in your lungs, you die a horrible, painful death. So it is important to not have dust particles in your face. Now I will put it in pirate booty mode, because booty is always good with pirates. So I will now start attacking this creature such that his health will go down somewhat. But I'm not going to attack it too much because of the rock dust in the air. Rocks don't like it when you hit it with a hammer too many times. So I will wait a few seconds and summon my dragon. Then I will proceed to buff up and give this rock the smackdown that it so desperately deserves. Being careful not to get too much rock dust in my lungs, because that's good, not good. If you want this rock to die faster, you can precede it with a farmhand. A farmhand will hurt it a little bit, but not too much, because you don't want it to cry. So we now proceed with another spinny attack. And then just wait. Just wait until your stacks go down. And then proceed to buff. And then smack it in the face with a long pointy object. This is where you go light, because you do not want to trigger too many stacks, because you'll die a horrible painful death, and nobody wants to die a horrible painful death. He will proceed to punch you in the face as much as possible, but it doesn't really hurt, so don't even worry about him punching you in the face. Just walk up to him and be like, "Ugh," and then it'll be hurt. If you're really lucky, you have an Ironhide with the farmhand that does a lot of damage to him. If you don't, then you really need to reevaluate what dragons you bring to war. After doing 4 spinny attacks, you'll find yourself at like 60 stacks. Yeah, that's not good. So, you want to kind of wait, and then this video is getting long, so I'm just going to kill it now. Farmhand! It will proceed to die, and then give you some somewhat neat stuff. Where is my looting pet? I like my little Satan thing. Okay, so we'll proceed to get relics. These relics are like flower pots. You can put your flowers in there and give it to your lover. Right. Now this chick is one of the people that you might want to give flowers to, because she makes babies sometimes. So we want to proceed by summoning your favorite dragon and charging at her like you're gonna do something. And then you want to give her a flower, because they love flowers. See, look at her giving you all her love. But the flower did not work, so she ran away. But she made more babies. Look at these babies. You want to proceed fighting these babies by giving them flowers as well. So you utilize the farmhand to give her the baby flowers. And you just kind of tease them a little bit, and then kaboom! Farmhand. See, you're giving them flowers. It's making them really happy. They breathe on you and stuff. And bleh. Seeing that you treated her baby so well, she will come back to you and want you. But after a brief argument, you realize that you can't give her enough flowers, so she runs away again. She will then summon more babies for you to take care of, which in this case, this one, you can greet with a spinny attack, because you actually do not like this child. Roy! This one also, you can greet with a spinny attack. After seeing you treated her baby so well again, she will then return to you, and she'll be like, hi, where that you may give her more flowers. Allowing you to think you might walk out of here victorious. See that? That's affection that she has. But then she'll realize that you're not the guy for her and then abandon you again. While summoning more babies in which you can treat very nicely. Blech. Yep. After seeing that you're such a caring person, she will come back to you wanting to be with you some more. That is when you deliver the ring. After receiving the ring, she'll be like, okay, I like this ring, and then she'll go away. But little do you know, she had a boyfriend, and her boyfriend is pretty pissed off and decides to fight you over it. Where you must utilize all of your skills and just kind of punch him a little bit like that until he decides that it's time to get serious. It is at this time you must get serious too, or he will kind of smack you in the face like this. You don't want that. So you must get serious as well, and you gotta fight him over his territory. Which, if done successfully, you will win eventually. It just takes some time.
Fate brought you here, and fate will see that you're comfortable in an early grave.
So as we proceed in this fight over territory, you'll notice that he's getting extremely pissed off because he's about to die. Because we gave his wife too many flowers and his wife no longer wants him. So it's important at this rate to go invincible because you only have 2,000 max health, and then cast a lot of healing spells after he dies, and then mount your Papa Smurf. If you do not have a Papa Smurf, you should get one because it might make you live. So after you realize you have that low of health, you may proceed to take her boyfriend's belongings because her boyfriend, as you can see, is not able to love her anymore because he is sleeping. So that's why you must go. So as we go take her boyfriend's belongings, it is important to remember Pirate Booty Mode, in which not many interesting things will drop with a solo dungeon, but it's important to remember that love is the ultimate gift. So you must now take your flowers and take them back to your lover, which just so happens to be right about down there. So you're going to use the power of love to jump down there, and you will find multiple flowers. So now that you have these flowers, you can freely leave the dungeon now because you can give these flowers away to your lovers. And that is how you pick flowers. Tune in next time for tutorials by Hater Slayer. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye. On a side note, this guy is chopping flowers in real time. He is 47% done. Okay. And that's how you chop flowers. See these people here? They are searching for flowers, but they do not know it's inside that portal right there.